And
I knew you were gonna bring this.
Yeah, I am.
See, something about it.
Yeah.
I knew. I told all my friends all week. I said, you know what?
He's gonna ask me.
He gonna ask me.
I am.
You could bet that, never gotta sweat that. You could bet that, never gotta sweat that.
What's up? Welcome back to Mic'd Up on a Tuesday. Today we have a very special guest. I mean, everybody's special, but this was really special because this is my mini-me. It's Amari.
Hi.
Oh my
How
God,
are
it's
you doing?
weird. I feel like I'm
Hello.
looking at the same 8-year-old that I once knew, and he's no longer that.
No, literally. That's
Amari.
Hi.
Oh my God, isn't he pretty? You guys comment on how pretty he is.
Stop.
All right, so let's talk about it. I always ask, how do we meet? Do you remember the first time we met?
Okay, see, I've been trying to think about this, and I really kind of have an idea, but I don't think I really know.
I don't even, because I just feel like I've known you since you were born, so I don't really know either.
Yeah, so it's like
when did we really meet?
I want to say it was Yuma, that was the very
The first time that I did it with Julian.
Yes,
Oh my
and then you
God.
came in and you said, "Boom, how you
Yeah.
doing?" She kind of we were in rehearsal.
Meanwhile, Amari knew it already. He was like, "Girl, I'm about to white child."
Like, what's that? I had watched the video so many times.
Oh
so.
my God, Amari.
But yeah, I think that was the very first time.
That was so fun.
And I was so excited.
I did not know what was gonna happen. You know, Trisha's just Trisha's good for, hey, do you want to come do this? And I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I'm drunk.
She was like, okay, no, hello. And she was like, I'm bringing Dexter. I said, well, it's time.
Immediately, let's do it. Okay, so
Yeah.
born and raised where?
I was born and raised in Las Vegas.
So you were born and raised in Las Vegas?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, Vegas, born and raised. I've been just there.
Oh my
I was
God.
there training my whole life. I grew up dancing wild.
At Prodigy? Were
Yes,
you at Prodigy the whole time? Word.
Well, so before it was, Prodigy was at a different studio. It was under a different studio. And then my studio director, Kay Moore, was like, I want to open my own stuff. Can I cuss on
You
here?
can cuss as much as you want.
Okay,
Yeah, we
period.
cuss out here.
She was like, yeah, I want to open my own shit. So we were like,
Period.
let's do it. And we helped build the studio. Me and my parents were painting the walls. And
Stop. So
Yeah.
you were there from the jump of the new spot.
yeah.
word.
So we literally built it and painted all the things. But yeah, I loved Vegas. I grew up just dancing 14 hours.
God. So you would do
day.
school there too? Or is it like high school and stuff like that there?
Yeah, so I started homeschool what was it, halfway through 7th grade.
Dang.
And then I wanted the high school experience.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be that girl.
I want to
in
wear a little
high
backpack.
school.
I want to open my locker. I get it.
I wanted all of that. So I was like, okay, let me go. And then I ended up having to, they literally forced me to leave basically halfway through the year. I couldn't even finish my freshman year because I was missing so many days of school.
Doing jobs and stuff. Yeah.
But it was a performing arts school, but they wouldn't count my school on set, towards my school, which was girl, what?
That's what we're here for, right? We need to make it.
So they were like, if he misses any more days, you're going to have to go to court.
That's what happened to me in college. I was at Marymount and I was on Broadway and I was missing days but making it up and they were like, nah.
No, they were like, it's
So I
not.
was like, well,
okay, well, boo. Yeah, so my mom was like, okay, well, I'm pulling him. And they're like, we don't want you to. And she's like, I don't want to go to court. So, what's up? Figure
Shout
it
out
out.
to mom. I don't want to go to court.
Shout out to my mom,
Literally. Okay, so let's talk about you when you first got to LA. So you come from Vegas, boom, boom, boom. Then you get to LA. What is that like? Did you know people out here?
So for a while, my mom, shout out my mom.
Shout out to your
Shannon,
mom.
She's a G. And my dad and my grandma, support system on 100.
For real.
But she used to drive me. She would pick me up early from school. And she would drive me to LA for classes. Wow. And I would take classes. And then after classes were done at 10 p.m., she would drive back to Vegas.
Oh my God. Amari, y'all drove back that same night?
Yes. Yeah. That's what our life was for a year straight. Wow. And so when I came out here, I did know a couple people. I obviously had trained with Trisha and everybody. So it was I did know people.
Right.
But it was also hard because growing up as a teenager, all my friends were the kids who booked. So for me, it was Casey Rice.
That's what we were talking about with Isabel. Yeah. Yes. Being in that era of those kids.
Yeah. And
was that pressure for you?
Well, it was hard because I was tall. Right. I was tall. I was a fucking Jolly Green Giant. Compared to all my friends. Look at all of the kids that used to book.
Baby, they're little. They're tiny.
And love them all. No shade. But it was just every job I was too tall for.
Yeah.
So I am glad. I'm very thankful that happened though, because it allowed me to take all of the correct steps. Yeah. And I didn't skip any.
Period.
Because a lot of times
a
nowadays,
lot of the girls, do skip.
The girls like to skip, which is okay.
Because that's your journey and you know you can do it how you do it.
It's what it is for you. But I think longevity is the most important.
Period.
And I feel like in order to have longevity, you have to take the correct steps.
Period.
So thankfully, I was able to like train my ass off for those years. And I did book here and there. Like I did things. I'm not saying I didn't, but it was just
and as a boy in the industry, being tall, and being like, you don't know like how you dance, you don't know like what your body's really doing, but then you're surrounded by so many good people. Bitch, what are we doing? We just out here trying to figure it out.
What am I doing? Like I'm over here like Slender Man and like trying to like bend my knees to sit my ass on the ground for these kids, and I can't do it. Like I'm sorry. I
sorry.
Can't do
it. It's so funny.
No, but
like, did you feel like you had a support system in that group too? Like, were those kids cool with you?
For sure.
That's good.
There was, I mean, you know,
you had your one or two.
Yeah, but like majority of them, like I feel were really close.
Yeah.
And that helped me a lot because it never felt like I was like excluded from the group because I wasn't on these jobs.
Got you.
So that was like something that really like made my heart warm.
Yeah.
I
and keeps you going too. Like that'll keep you going
like,
for real.
They always were like, so what? Like you're gonna be great. And I had the greats around me also saying like, when you turn 18, like you're gonna be gone.
Yes.
And like,
no, literally
gone
told
as in
you.
on tour.
We told you.
Like,
we were all like, nah, just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
So, and that really motivated me to obviously like keep training and, you know, do what I had to do. And then I turned 18.
And then he killed everybody, okay? So wait, how old are you now?
I'm 21.
He's 21!
21.
Y'all know how I know he's 21? Because he texted me one night. He was like, hey, you going out tonight? I'm like, ooh. I'm like, you're not going out tonight because you're underage. He's like, bitch, I'm 21. I said, I guess we're going out tonight.
No, literally, yeah.
How do you feel being 21? But you've been, like, honestly, you've been 21 for like 10 years, honestly. Like, let's be for real. The giggle is crazy.
But you know, yeah.
It's nice,
but yeah, now I see all my people's out and they're like, what are you doing here?
We all say that to you, huh?
Every time.
What are you doing here?
Even though you saw me like last week, it's still like, what are you doing?
Even though we've been
here?
to parties with you before, but it's like, what are you doing here now with an ID?
Mm-hmm.
I love
it. And I love
it.
giving like,
here's
my
fresh.
Here you go.
Fresh.
And they're like looking at it. I'm
scan
like,
it, whatever you want to do.
Bottom. Do what you need to do.
It.
Do what you need to do. Put the little camera, take my picture. Whatever you got to do to compare. It's real, baby. I promise. I promise.
Do you ever get over being... So yeah, let me just ask a real question. Do you ever get over being looked at as somebody that, okay, you have to book a job or you're going to kill it in class or you're going to be this bomb-ass dancer? Like, does that ever get annoying to you?
Not annoying.
Right.
It does get a little... I don't want to say frustrating, but like a little frustrating because like sometimes it feels like I can't like go to class and just train, you know? It feels like I have to go to class and be prepared to put on a show or like wear a sickening outfit. Like I can't be looking like a scrub in the back, like didn't do my hair. Like
God forbid.
No, because I have to like be somebody, which is obviously I'm so thankful for all the things that I have and like that is not the problem. It's just sometimes I just want to go to class and train. Like even last night I took Miguel's class and it was just so like therapeutic for me because I was able to just go, didn't do my hair, like put on rehearsal blacks,
whatever,
like, whatever, it didn't matter,
whatever.
and just took class and felt like I was legitimately training, which I've missed. And so it's not necessarily annoying because I do love like seeing people and it keeps me motivated when people come up to me and are like,
and they're excited to see
you.
Thank
you for everything. I'm so inspired by like that kind of stuff really is what I honestly do it for. Like, cause I know that when I was growing up, like it was like
to have the bomb ass dancers in class and just to see them and like their process was sick.
It was a gag. So I know what it's like to be that. And so now to be on the other side is really amazing. So yeah, it's not annoying. It's just sometimes frustrating to like have to always put on a show.
Be on. But it's so good that like you have like you just say you have that space like a Miguel's class or a class where you could just walk in and just be like, I just want to dance. And I don't need to go in a group. I don't need to do this. I just want to dance for real.
Like sometimes I don't even want to be on camera. Like
sometimes I don't even want to be on camera.
Yeah,
like say that again.
The video is not that important.
I'm okay.
And
like,
I'm gonna look
real.
right there and tell you the video is not that important.
I'll be ready to say no sometimes. I'll be ready to be like, nah.
Yeah, because it's just like I just want to train. Like I want to get back to just training because if I don't train, then I lose the love for what I do because
and you stop doing it.
It's just work at that point. And so for me, it's really important to like be able to go into class and just train and not worry about posting a video on Instagram.
Okay.
Even though that's fun.
Even though we do like Amari's videos. Because he be doing the flips and shit.
And that's the thing is I'm not knocking it. Like,
no, for real.
Because I have to do it. I do it. It's fun. And I like to show people what I'm doing. Yeah. But it's also like, sometimes it's just really not that important.
That's not your vibe all the time.
No.
What's the hardest reality you feel like you've had to face growing into yourself? Like now that you're 21, now that you traveled a lot, like what's one of the hardest things that you're like, damn, bitch, like this shit is real?
Oh, girl, I don't know. There's so many. I know. It's really crazy because like moving away from my family at like a younger age, and not fully moving away. Like obviously I go back and forth, but like facing the reality of not having those people so close to you is something that is that was very hard for me to get over. Right. Like even when I'm on tour, like that's one of the biggest things that I face is like I get very homesick.
Really?
Like,
can we have a little music?
Yeah. Alexa, play. Maybe Alexa.
Turn her down a little bit.
Yeah.
Very homesick.
Oh yeah.
So
you're gone a lot too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so the reality, like that is one reality that I'm like, fuck, I'm not always around my people. And like even though like on tour I am around my people, like the people I'm on tour with, I love them so much. Yeah. But like I'm cool. The first week of tour, bitch, I'm like,
you're having fun, you're living.
Like, yes. And then after the first week, I'm like, I want to go home.
It's like postpartum for it. Like, it's like real. I know.
And like, genuinely, I shut down. Like, everyone knows, like, I'm very like, woo, party, turn it. Like, but I like don't talk to anybody. I'm very like, I'm calling my mom every 5 seconds. Like I'm on FaceTime.
I know. I'm like texting my other friends. Like, yeah, we're the same. Oh my
God. And
God,
everyone knows like me and my mom are like this. Please. So I'm constantly on the phone with my mom. So to not like be around my family because I'm so family oriented. It's like hard. But then after that week, bitch, I'm back. I'm good, like, woo, let's go out. Let's turn up, party, turn it up. Woo, bass, boom, crack, lights, smog, smoke, drinks. Yeah.
That's how the video's going to start, by the way. It's just bass. Boom.
Bass.
Crack.
Light.
Smoke. Oh my God, you need to make a song, bitch. You hate that. You hate that. Yes. Would you ever choreograph professionally?
Okay.
That's a hard question.
Here's the thing. I mean, I have been in spaces where I, like, thankfully, Trisha being like my main and number one mentor, I've been in spaces where she's allowed me to, you know, like do a little sprinkle
get
and
some
like
eights in there,
and so like
which is great, by the way. Like if you got like mentees, y'all, and that want to choreograph, let them get a couple eights in. Let them put in some suggestions, whatever, because that's the way I did it. Same thing. Yeah. The teachers that I had, like they let me like add a little section or add of this because you don't know until you get on the job or in the shits to really like do it.
And it's nice to be able to like. For example, I did Nikki with her. She brought me in as like her dance assistant, which was amazing. And I got to be in the room with like Jamie King.
Girl.
Like,
okay, the girls.
What? But yeah, I love choreographing. But I don't see it as something that I would make my main focus in the industry. Yeah. I obviously would love to do it. Right. And like I'm not saying no to anything, but it's just like I love being a dancer, but I also have so many other ventures that I want to go on that don't include choreographing, like acting and modeling, and you know. So like, I would love to choreograph. I'm not saying no, and I think I have the tools to do that. But yeah, I mean, yes, I would love to.
And you have it in your bag, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're depending on that next. You have other things you want to do.
No, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about the Tate McRae of it all. Because, baby, okay, so let me just say this. It's so crazy to watch just the clips, like, knowing you how I know you, because it's actually really, really weird because you guys are literally like what dancers were back in the day, but now it's like really, really dope to watch. Like y'all should be very, very fucking proud of yourselves. Thank you. It is so dope as a dancer to watch dancers be fucking dancers, like for real, for real. Yeah. Not no like, you know, not no shit. Yeah, but like for real, like it's so nice to watch. And it's so refreshing to watch. And she seems hella cool. And she seems like you guys have a great relationship. It's like, it's all really nice to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, like, and hearing that is that's what we really try and embody, especially going into this new era of her.
Yeah.
We're really trying to like embody those
those
that
iconic
old school,
moments.
the
Yeah,
icons,
for
like
real, for real.
The Janets, the Britney dancers, like all of those people that we look up to, we really feel like this is our era for that.
Yeah.
And so to hear you say that really means a lot, because it's like, we just want to be those girls.
Yeah,
like,
it reads. It definitely reads.
And it's not like we're forcing anything.
No.
We're just living and sitting in the zhuzh, and what comes out is what comes out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's really cool to
so
like
dope.
be like, feel like we're like working towards being those iconic dancers.
Yeah.
You know?
What are some of your favorite parts about being on the road with her?
She's just so sweet.
Yeah.
And she takes like the most care of us ever. And we like are always like doing stuff. Like we always play games. We always
cute.
like, and it's like, you know, I feel like not everyone has that relationship with an artist, you know?
No.
But like, sorry, hold on.
He needs water.
Excuse me.
He needs water, everyone. He's taking a sip.
Sorry, yeah. I'll be selling this water bottle.
I'm kidding. Can you imagine?
No, but yeah, it's just like, I feel like not everyone has that relationship with certain artists.
Yeah.
And so thankfully I've been blessed to tour with 2 artists so far that I've been very close with.
That's true.
And so with
true.
her, it's like, we're just friends. Like,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, yes, we go on stage. She is my boss. But like outside of that, we have a relationship.
Yeah.
We literally play Uno. We
love
do
that.
all these, like, we just spend quality time together outside of work, which I feel is so important.
And that's what we see on stage. Like, that's
Yes.
literally what we're seeing.
Yeah.
It's so dope.
It makes it so much better to just be on stage with like a friend.
A homegirl,
And, like,
yeah.
I could like tap her and look at her like, hey girl. And then,
love
you
that.
know, it just like sparks that like excitement,
Yeah.
you know, to like be performing for thousands of people
Yeah.
with your friends. It's like, how it
Everything.
can't get much better than that, you know?
And it really sucks that there's a lot of artists who don't believe in that or don't practice that, because I've been on jobs where we didn't even see this person until they got right next to me, and I'm like, all
You're
right,
like,
well,
hey,
here we like,
we're at soundcheck
you know what
day
I
of
mean?
show
Like,
type
and it
beat.
just shows in the show.
Yeah.
When you have a relationship, when you're comfortable with these people, when you dance together, when they've been in the trenches together, like,
Yeah.
y'all have done like club shows versus arena shows. Like,
No,
it's
for
dope.
sure.
It's hella
Yeah,
dope.
like,
I love it.
Yeah, it's nice to like
Yeah.
do a small show.
Yeah.
Like we did a show at House of Blues.
So cute.
Like, and it was like so intimate
Intimate,
and nice.
yeah.
But then like
We're at the forum.
we're at the forum. We're
Okay.
at MSG. Like,
Okay, period.
you know, so it's really cool. And
Yeah.
like it's also nice to be able to like be with her as she grows into
Yes,
this like pop
yes,
star, you know?
yes, yes.
Because it's like you see these smaller shows
Yeah.
but you also still like the heart and the passion never changes.
Oh yeah, she gives every time.
Every single time.
She gives
so
every
it's
time, baby.
so cool to see it like grow into what it is,
Yeah.
because she's taking over the world. No shade.
Okay, so wait, your other artist here that you toured with, Lil Nas,
Yeah.
how was that?
That was wild.
Oh my God! Now
That
you
was-
girls were wild.
We had a time
No,
for
like
sure.
you girls are wild.
Yeah.
And it was the best wild girls to have, to be
hello.
honest.
And it was all of our first world tour, including his.
No. Oh, good luck.
So baby, we like I look back at the time that I had and the things that we did, and I'm like, even now from like 19 to 21, I still don't think I could be doing what I was doing on that tour.
That's
now.
so real. That's so
Because-
real. In the dance industry, it literally goes like that. Like a year is like 20 years. Like it feels crazy.
Literally. Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, what I did in 2019, so nuts,
No,
bitch. That was
so
3 years ago.
crazy. Like, yeah, but it's like, no, it was wild. It was really wild.
But good. Like you need that kind of wild tour too.
Yes.
Like those are fun. Those are
yeah,
really fun.
and I'm glad it was like, I'm glad I experienced that the first time around.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that
Right.
was my first
Right,
experience
right,
because
right.
now it's
Right.
like easy to like bring it back rather
Right.
than like, okay, well I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm here and I'm on tour and yeah. No, like it's like I still find the joy in everything, you know?
You ever want to be the bougie girl on the job that's like not bougie because you're then everyone's like, girl,
Sit
it
down.
ain't giving that.
Sit down. Sit down. And sometimes the girls need to sit down. Yeah, there's a couple.
Have you ever like felt any? Because you've been in camp, so you've been really comfortable, right? Like you can be yourself. You can be yourself, and obviously, we get it. Like we are very much ourselves all the time. Have you ever felt discriminated or felt like weird energy because of you being yourself on any job? Not even necessarily these tours.
I don't know. That's hard.
Yeah.
Because growing up, all I saw was like, you know, you had to be like this big, masculine. You know what I mean? Like that was the look, and that is sickening. Like,
no, yeah, great.
I love those girls.
Love
Those girls are my friends. Those girls are my friends, and I love it. Okay, I don't
because you need it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I don't know if I've necessarily ever like felt anything weird.
Yeah.
But that's also just because I I demand a certain respect for myself.
Yes.
And everyone knows what I give.
Right.
So when you bring me into a space, you know I'm going to give you exactly what you need.
Yeah.
So outside of that, like when we're in rehearsal, girl, if I want to be voguing down in the corner and I'm dancing
let
for
me hit my dip.
I'm dancing for a female that I have to be masculine, girl.
You know?
Let me hit my dip in the corner, but when I step on that stage,
when I put this do-rag on,
baby, when the braids are in, hello,
your mother gonna want me. Like, please stop. It's so real though, because I was talking to this. Who was I talking about this with? I think like Darius. Yeah, Darius. And we same thing. Like when I have to do what I have to do, I can do that. Trust me. I've danced for Chris. I've danced for like people. Trust me.
Name
but
them.
I feel like
name them. God damn, girl, the resume long, girl. Long.
But like, let me be myself. Like, if I want to go to WeHo after rehearsal, like I'm gonna go. Like,
and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go,
and I'm not gonna hide it.
No,
I'm
like,
not gonna.
I'm gonna be in rehearsal. Like, girl, I'm going to WeHo tonight.
Y'all want to come?
Yeah,
yeah, right. So okay, good.
Yeah, but
that makes me happy that you have an experience.
Yeah, and I also just think like I don't allow that in my presence.
Yes.
My like sanity and my who I am is so protected that if I feel anything weird, girl, I'm hitting the door.
I'm out of here because I don't need it.
I don't need it.
No.
And I also don't want it. And I don't want anybody to ever feel that way. And so for me, it's like, if you're not going to respect the human that I am outside of this,
right?
Or, you know, not necessarily like, but like, just
you don't gotta like it.
You don't gotta like it.
I get it, whatever. But
when I give you the picture, you're gonna understand.
That's it.
Why you've hired me.
Yeah,
and it's never gonna be a mistake.
Right. And it's
just
never
letting
gonna
you
be
know,
a mistake,
it's never
bitch.
gonna be a mistake.
What is a dream artist that you have not worked for that you want to work for?
Beyonce.
Oh my God, girl, call him, child. Y'all waiting on this damn time. Call him.
No, yeah, I think Beyonce is like the number one right now.
Yeah,
that I would love to dance for.
I'm surprised you haven't. Like,
yeah, well, this is gonna. I want to PSA this really quick before I say what I'm about to say.
PSA.
I am not, and you can vouch for me on this. I'm not a very conceited person.
Not at all, actually.
I'm not
at
like
all.
That, but I just want to say that because, you know, the girls will start Twitter tapping. But I have just always, anytime Beyonce has come up, I've been on a different job.
Oh.
So I've never been able to like even think about doing it.
I get you.
Because like I've been on tour, like when Renaissance was happening or before it happened, I was already on tour. So it's just like stuff like that, which is also so hard.
Which is a blessing too, like you know.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, it's like damn.
Yeah, but I would love to work for Beyonce. So if any of y'all out there,
you'll do it, and then we're gonna stitch this with that, and then we're gonna do a whole TikTok video.
Okay.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day.
Really?
I think here's the thing. I think most people would say I'm an extrovert.
You're like me. I know you are like me. You're an introverted extrovert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, when I get into spaces where I don't know anybody, like if you see me, no, girl, like it's giving like when you see me like at a party or like at an event, when I don't know nobody or a lot of people, I'm very like,
no, literally. Do you get the resting bitch face comment too?
Girl.
Okay, so you're one of us.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll add this. It's you, Jordan, me, Claudia. All right. There's four of us. There's four of us now in the club.
And I see it.
No, there's four of us in the club, and I'm like,
no.
Like,
the amount of times I've gotten, I thought you were a bitch before I met you.
We were just talking about this.
Girl, like shut it down. Shut it down because I'm not. What? I promise.
Okay, I'm just glad I'm not alone. No, okay, we got a community.
Absolutely
we got a family,
not alone. Like,
period.
I promise. Like, I really feel like I'm like a really kind person.
It's so crazy that somebody would say that because you're literally so cool. I don't know, whatever. But people, be
you know
weird.
what I mean?
Yeah,
they just be assuming, girl.
And for what? Like just because somebody doesn't have. If I don't have a lot to say, that means I'm just here to do my job. Especially in rehearsal. Like especially in a rehearsal, if I don't have nothing to say, I thought we were here to
We're
move
here
these
to
feet.
Yeah. We're not here to jabber those lips, baby. We're here to hit the steppy and call it a day. Yeah.
Okay, so you do a lot physically, right? Like you assist on convention, you're teaching, you tour, all the things. How do you recover with your like physically for your body? Because you know the girls be like, I mean, the girls can't get through a class sometimes and be huffing and puffing, no shade. And again, I know people want to go on tours, people want to do these amazing things, but this is
the most important.
It has to last. Like it has to
last. And one thing I will say is somebody who's really instilled that in me is Tice Diorio.
Oh, period.
Because, baby, Tice is still over here doing the middle split, girl, kicking his leg behind his head. Girl, he be sitting in a chair and we'll be like, ra-ta-ta-ta-ta.
And I live,
and you're like,
because,
woo!
and when Tice say something funny, you be like, no shade, because he can still whoop. So
no, still whoop. But yeah, I think it's just the cool down is very important.
Yes.
Go get massages.
Period.
Go get cupping. Do the ice baths as much as they fucking kill. Do them. Sit in the sun. Like I think what a lot of people don't understand is that the recovery after you're done dancing is more important sometimes than the before.
Yes.
Obviously stretch before, but then after you have to allow your body to cool down. And what I will compare it to, this is going to be wild. I was just watching this video about like the racehorses.
Yeah.
Like they do their running,
right.
but their recovery, they have to cool down. They have to like walk them around a barn before they can put them in because they'll start to cramp. Like,
yes.
That is like what I can compare it to. Is like you have to allow your body to cool down. You can't just sit in a car for 30 minutes and drive home.
Drive home from rehearsal like,
no,
oh my God, bro.
You have to allow yourself to sit in the studio, do a stretch, do a cool down.
Yeah.
Girl, go to the gym and sit in
the
sauna
for real. Because here's the thing, your body's going to do more than it's supposed to, honestly. Because it can push past limits that you don't even know.
Yeah.
But after, you will be gagging.
Yeah.
You will be gagging.
You will be gagging. It's crazy because I didn't realize that until I went to like the chiropractor and like the physical therapist situation. And he was like, yeah, so did you know that you have tendonitis in both your knees? I said, Now what? Now I ain't never heard of no shit like that.
And I just did a knee drop last night, so ain't no way.
And everybody knows I'm always doing some sort of down to the ground up.
We're gonna
dropping
put
to
some
my
clips
knees.
right here, actually.
Oh my God! Like, every time. And I always tell myself, like, girl,
I'm
you
not
don't
gonna
have
do
to
it.
do
Yeah, I'm
that.
not gonna do it.
And
I'm not gonna do it. And then I do it. I know.
And then I get out there and I
say the same thing every single time I fucking dance. I be like, no, you don't even gotta do. Next thing I know, my hair is over here, my arms over here. Like,
and then you're like this. Shit, I gave myself whiplash.
I'm
bitch.
sitting in the car on the way home. Bitch.
Cool down.
That is so funny. But yeah, no, and thank you for even talking about that, because again, we get so many dancers out here who want to do the things that, you know, we've gotten to do, but they don't know how to even physically prepare themselves to do that. Because the 2-hour show ain't no hoe. Let's just start there.
Hoe. Especially when you're on stage
with a dance artist.
Whole time.
Yeah. It's
like you go off for about 1 song, 2 songs. Girl, when they don't be doing ballads, I'd be like, how the fuck am I gonna get through this show?
You don't got no slow songs? Like, damn.
You didn't want to sing one by yourself?
Bruh.
You didn't want to be on stage by yourself for a second?
Let them take you in a little bit.
Baby, they want to see you, not me.
When we did Nikki when I choreographed for this last tour for Nikki, I looked at that set list.
Baby.
And I looked at Charlize, and I looked at that set list. She said, she was over it.
Those girls were dancing.
No. Back to back. And I mean hits.
And I didn't even see the show, but I just knew it was a gag. All I gotta do is look at the videos. My friends are on tour. I'm texting Jamal every other day like, girl, sister, how are you doing it?
He would come with that tennis ball. He'd be like, have a good night.
I love that. But yeah,
so good.
The shows are no joke.
No.
And stamina is no joke, girl.
No joke.
Get on that treadmill. Go for a run. Go for a walk. Around the neighborhood, girl. I don't know.
I saw a TikTok video the other day. Somebody was like, you want to do a Coachella set? Go outside and run for 2 miles in the sun, and then go run inside for 20 minutes, and then take a little run outside. Yeah. That's a Coachella set.
Do it.
Because again, even if you're off stage for that little bit of time that it's not hot as fuck, it's still hot as fuck.
Hot as fuck.
Like, it's still hot as fuck. Like, and you're still like, you know, adrenaline's still up. You're figuring it out. Like, you're like, okay, what happens next? What's the next number? Like, Nah, man.
Yeah, you're
Shit
doing a
ain't no
costume
hoe.
change. You're doing something. Like, performing
yeah.
in the sun is no joke.
It's awful.
Awful.
It's actually awful.
Especially when you went out the night before.
And the costume be too much. It's too much. Okay, so wait, you better be single. Okay, you better be. And
See,
I
I knew you were gonna bring this.
Yeah, I am.
See, something about it.
Yeah.
I knew. I told all my friends all week. I said, you know what?
he's gonna ask me.
He gonna ask me.
I am, but I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, you better be single. So, and don't tell me otherwise.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I am mingling.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
mingling.
take mingling.
But I'm not in a relationship.
Okay, good.
Like,
Good.
I think for me,
The giggle is nuts.
for me, I'm the type of person that my main focus right now
Yeah.
is how I'm gonna get that bread.
Get in the bag. No shade.
How am I
Get in
gonna
the
stack
bag.
it? And if somebody were to come along and like be an addition to that,
Right.
then yes. But
Right.
I think my whole life I've never focused on
Yeah.
anything outside of just how am I gonna make a great life for myself, my family, and my future.
Yeah.
You know? And so trust me, I've mingled. I have
Yeah.
mingled.
Okay.
But let me tell you,
Uh-huh.
people ain't shit.
People like, oh,
People ain't shit.
we have talked about it many a time. Ain't shit.
Ain't
And the minute
shit.
you think they're about to be shit, they show you that
ain't
they ain't
shit.
shit. They show you right away they ain't shit.
They ain't shit. But
That's okay.
moral of the story, I'm single, but I'm mingling.
Okay, period.
But yeah, remember that.
Remember
I
that.
always tell people this all the time. If they ain't paying your bills, don't pay them no mind. Hello.
I hope you wrote that down.
Yeah,
Wherever
write it-
you are, I hope you
Write
wrote
it
that
down in your journal. Put it on your
Don't pay them
your little
no
boards.
mind. When I was 21, Amari,
Yeah, yeah. Let's turn the tables. The tides have turned on the tables, girl.
I mingled.
I
yeah.
I see it
I
for
was
you.
a hot thing. I was trying to
Well-
just because I was just in New York. I was in New York.
Hello.
I was on Broadway.
Yeah.
I was making weekly checks.
Hello.
And I was buying everything that I could find
Yeah.
and just putting enough away for rent.
Yeah,
And that was that.
Well, I
That's
mean,
that.
once again, you're only 21
You know what I
once.
mean?
Like, you're only. Let's be for real.
Let's be for real. 'Cause
You're only gonna be this hot and sickening
for 1 year.
in this body. You could be hot and sickening like outside
Yes.
in the rest of your life.
But
I'm not
baby,
saying you're
at
gonna get ugly.
21?
At 21,
2-1?
that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm mingling. But yeah, like listen,
Yeah.
21,
But you're smart though. You're not dumb.
girl.
We raised you to be
Ain't
smarter.
nobody. Once again, if they ain't paying my bills, I ain't
Damn,
paying
no
them
mind.
no mind. Okay.
What is your biggest pet peeve in a rehearsal? Because I feel like you have a good one.
Ooh, my biggest pet peeve in rehearsal. There's so many that come to mind.
It's just really-
My head is spinning, but I think one thing that really
grinds your gears.
grinds my gears is when this is gonna sound, I don't know how
How
this
it
is gonna
sounds.
sound. It's gonna sound, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Period.
Okay? Is when we're learning the step.
Mm-hmm.
And not only are you not catching the details, because I'm very detail, very detail oriented.
Yeah.
So like when we're learning it,
Uh-huh.
like I need you to catch it.
Right.
But also, why are you marking? Why are you marking? I hate when we're in a room and everybody else is going full out in rehearsal specifically.
Now that is crazy.
And you're marking it. Now I get trust me, I get marking it a couple times. But once you've heard it once or twice, girl, hit the step.
Hit it. And why not just hit it? You might as well. So you see how it feels.
Yes.
Yeah, that's real.
But like,
especially if everyone is doing it full out and you be the only one marking, you look kind of nuts.
yeah, and like, yeah.
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 Hit it. Just hit it. Go for it. See what happens.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. For me, it's just like, why not be in that environment? Especially when you're in rehearsal and creating something.
Oh my gosh.
Like when the choreographer's creating and
Yes.
you're like behind them.
So people
like,
can see it.
yeah, like be in that moment.
Yeah.
I hate when it's like,
Oh no.
I'm gonna let them do. No, baby. If Sean is over here doing a step, baby, my eyes are on and I am ready to go because I'm peeled. I want to be ahead. But yeah, I guess I don't know. People would probably think that's dumb, but
no, it's real though. Because I was raised by like mean queens, like the old girls. Like they were like, don't be in their market.
Don't.
And also for us, we just can't do that.
Hello,
that's just real tea.
And
here's
another thing I'm gonna say. I'm not necessarily saying you got to buck the step every 5 seconds.
No.
But one thing I was taught, your arms should always be full out.
This is actually so important.
Your arms should always be full out.
Imagine a lazy arm. Just imagine.
You're marking and your arms are lazy?
Just imagine.
And that's why you look the way you look on stage. No shade. That's why you look the way you look in class. No shade. But it's like your arms should just always be full out, no matter what. And I think that's been instilled in me forever.
No, literally.
So it's like, you will never see, you may see my body. I may not be going to do the levels.
Yeah.
But you're going to always see the arm.
But the arm's going to be straight.
Because at least whoever's watching can see the idea of what it's going to be.
The picture, yeah.
You know?
Real tea.
So never mind.
Who's your clique? Like, who you be kicking it with out here? Yeah, name the girls. Get a roll call.
Roll call. Lately I've just been hanging out with like Alex Mateo.
Oh, he's so good. Oh my God,
that's
so good.
My good sister A Square around
so
the world.
good. Oh my God, A Square is cute.
Yeah, that's our little ting. A lot of the Tate girls, because I'm just with them all the time. So like Macy, Finley, Stevie. I also hang out with like my best friend Mac.
Oh my God,
that's my good sis.
She's dancing with somebody right now.
She's dancing with. Well, she just did J-Lo in Dubai. Shout out to my queen, Mac, my queen. Yeah.
And every episode we get on this lady.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
We get on this lady.
I didn't say nothing.
Hey yo, that's so funny.
I didn't say nothing. I said shout out to my queen,
Mac.
I didn't say anything else. Okay, don't try and swirl me in that gig, girl. Don't try and swirl me in that gig. Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like it just constantly changes. Like I'm meeting a lot of new people right now, which I love because I feel like every time I come back to LA, it's like. It's like a whole world switch.
Who's here?
Like I
no real tea.
don't, and a lot of my friends right now are working.
Yeah, good.
Period.
No good.
But like I also always hang out with like Casey Rice. Like that's my queen for forever.
How long have you guys known each other?
Since we were like 10. Wow. Yeah, like
because she was in that little circle with all the kids and all that.
Didn't even drop the Eddie, trunk in the front. I need a blunt. I own my own Moscato.
Yeah, and me and her have just like. That's been
y'all are so fun.
That's been my true like one of like maybe 5
Constant.
that I have consistently like we're very locked in and like we don't have to see each other every day, but like that is like I will go to jail for her.
Okay, period.
Like I will shoot up the club for her. No shade,
Claudia.
Every time. Yeah, like and there's only a handful because I've had.
Oh my God.
Some people, you know,
please
be in the life and then all of a sudden like
where you at?
What's
up?
And now you're like being shady and unfollowing and
oh, not the unfollow.
But you know, at the end of the day, like I get it, people grow apart. So like listen.
And for me it's never personal. Like
it's never personal.
Because if you felt the need that you needed to distance yourself from me or unfollow whatever the case, girl, take that space.
You're missing out, not me. Like, you're missing out, not me, no shade.
Because it's lit over here.
Yeah, every time. It's always going to be up. You know what I mean? But people grow apart. So, like, no shade to anybody who has done that. Like, you know who you are. But, no shade. It is what it is.
If you weren't a dancer, what would you be?
Okay, well, if you were to ask me when I was a kid, I would tell you a marine biologist.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You want to be a marine biologist?
Yes.
You would.
I literally just got a dolphin tattooed on me because I... literally love the ocean and dolphins. Like I'm obsessed with dolphins. I'm obsessed with the ocean.
Stop.
I literally just want to be a marine biologist.
Like just all the creatures and shit and know what they are.
Like I did a whole school project on like what college I would go to, what I would study, how long I would be in school, like all of that. Yeah. But like now I want to be like an actor or model.
Yeah.
Like that's like now what I would do if I wasn't
really
a dancer.
going into
and what
that.
I will do.
Yeah, period.
Because I've already shot a movie. Hello.
Clock it.
As a lead role.
Clock
Hello.
it.
They're going to be like, this bitch is so fucking conceited.
But so what? Let the girls talk about their shit.
Yeah, I
for
never
real.
talk about myself, so let me pop my shit.
Dancers, because you know it's only us that do that, right?
Yes.
It's nobody else. Actors don't do that. Musicians don't do that. We're always like, no, I didn't just get off a world tour.
Okay.
No, I'm not on a reality show. No, talk your shit.
Talk your
bitch.
shit. Because everybody else pop their shit. So it's like,
I'm gonna pop mine.
but that's the thing. It's like everyone's always like, pop your shit, and then you pop your shit, and then people are like, oh, but you're conceited, you're self-absorbed. Like, no,
I'm literally
babe.
just telling you what I did.
Yeah, like, and it's not coming out of a place of like I'm better than you. It's just like I'm proud of what I've done. I've worked my ass off to do what I do.
Exactly.
So like, why not let me pop my shit sometime? And this is the moment.
Period.
Mwah.
Have you ever walked out of a class?
Have I?
I was gonna say, I feel like you would stick it out. You're very like,
I don't think I have.
yeah, you're very like that girl.
I'm very like, regardless of if the teacher's great, the choreographer's great, I like the music. Regardless of everything, I always am the type of person I'm gonna learn something.
Figure out
from
something
this.
to learn. Yes, man. I be telling people that.
That's the problem. Is people. They get in class and they're like, oh, I fucking hate this
for
class.
the song,
like,
for the steps or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you're obviously not there for the right reasons once again. But it's just like my parents have always instilled in me like, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
The whole way through.
The whole way through.
The whole way through.
So that means if you pay your little coin to get in that class, you're gonna get your ass in the class.
That's it.
And you're gonna take something from it because there's always something to learn from any situation.
I wish more dancers had that mentality too, because honestly, that is the only way that I've even gotten into the point where I am in my career now. Because you know how many shitty classes I've taken? Like being in Miami, like where people like don't even like really choreograph. You're just in the class because they're doing a job that week. Or like even in New York, like the younger, like, you know what I mean? Like just bad classes, bro.
No, well, yeah.
And
like,
you have to take them because I'm here.
Yeah.
I signed up.
Yeah.
So I got to learn something.
Yeah, baby.
Whether it's the heel toe, I'm going to learn something.
I'm going to learn something. And I'm going to work on something.
Yes.
Like, how about y'all go take a beginner class?
For real, though.
Go take a beginner class.
Don't start that conversation.
Go take a beginner class.
Don't start that conversation.
Because you can learn something.
Don't start that conversation.
But anyways.
Because that is definitely like something also, too, that I noticed that people want to, like you said, skip steps.
I'm so tired of skipping steps.
Skipping steps.
What's the easiest route? How about, what's the hardest route? What's going to break me down? What's going to make me cry?
I love the hardest route. Oh my God.
I want to cry.
I live for the hardest route.
I
live for the hardest route.
No, me too. Like I think what a lot of people only see now is like me being successful.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And like, yes,
yeah.
Successful. I used to leave my home studio crying every day.
Oh, baby, there's videos.
Every single day. Like,
oh my God.
I
Do you know
bullied.
a video? Speaking of, we're talking about videos.
What?
Do you remember the class? And I don't even want to say this on camera because I don't want people to look for it. But do you remember the class that we took this summer? You're going to know what I'm talking about. It was you and me in a group. And
Stop.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
It is hit. I watched it on my TV and I was like, not you, me. I was like,
well, no, I guarantee if I watched it, I would think the same thing.
Because I don't think we were going to go. I think we were just kind of like chilling, like da-da-da-da. He was like, come. And we were like, so
yes, and it was like not prepared.
Take the hardest shit. Take the hardest shit. Take the stuff that's gonna make you better. And if you leave the studio feeling like you are like literally physically and mentally drained, you took
did
a
it
class.
right.
You took
did
a
it
class.
right.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for saying that.
No, of course.
All right, now we got a segment called Finish the Lyric. And I'm gonna ask Amari a lyric and he has to finish it. You should know this.
I was watching a clip the other day and I was like, oh, I could guess that, but in the moment, okay, here we go.
But you got this one. This is easy. Okay. Ladies, leave your man at home.
The club is full of ballers and they pockets full of girl. Let's even go with her friends. What? Because it's 11:30 and the club is always. I added always. I know that's not in the song.
It doesn't matter. He ate that.
Okay,
Thank period.
You.
Period.
Because you know I like to be in the club.
No.
So of course I'm gonna know that song. Hello. Shout out. Jump and jump and.
Okay, now we have our favorite segment called Spill the Tea, where I ask Amari some tea. Shit. And he tells me if it's true or not. But with Amari,
this is what I was worried about.
He keeps his stuff very private and he's very, to himself.
Yeah.
So I did some digging, but I couldn't find nothing. So you're lucky.
Yes.
But I will ask you, if you had to say a job that you did not like or that you were like, I'll never do that again. You don't got to name no artists or name no names or anything like that. Okay. But you could just tell us about the experience and why you wouldn't do it again.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So okay, let me say this. I don't think there's a job that I wouldn't do again.
Okay, work.
But I will say there's jobs where I'll say there's a job that there was a lot of circumstances that I did not like. How do I go about this? Sometimes I just feel like there's certain hours in the night where you shouldn't rehearse. You know what I mean? And I know that like a lot of times like the choreographer doesn't have control over that. But there's a lot of times where there's certain hours in the night you should not be hitting a step.
So you mean like you don't want to go over to the artist's house at 11 p.m.?
Yeah, and I don't want to be like doing like a full out run at like 1:30.
At 1 a.m.
Like preferably not.
Yep.
So like there's been that.
Yep. Very real.
I also like, and I know this is part of the job, but like I also don't want to get painted a color again. I don't want to be painted a color, preferably.
Oh my God.
And not know that I'm getting painted a color until I show up. And then they tell me that I have to have no hair on my body. So then I have to go and nair and razor my body. And then they go to start putting the paint on and it starts to burn.
And now it hurts.
And now I'm hurting. And then the people who painted me leave and they leave you some things to like clean your body with. And then you go shower in a cold trailer with cold water.
That's so specific.
And the paint won't come off. And now you're stained blue. And you look like a Smurf.
Iconic.
So yeah, there's been a couple things.
There's a couple.
There's no job that I would never do again because once again, I'm very much the type of person that like any experience that I have, there's a reason
I'll find the positive in it too. I have to. You have to, literally.
People are gonna think I'm such a pick me for that, but like
it's not. But
it's really just how I feel.
What are we gonna do? You're already in the situation at this point. You know what I mean?
And
like I'm not gonna be miserable the entire time. Bitch.
Yeah,
like,
and I also want to get the check. So count that one in.
Count that in.
Yeah.
And what's funny about that is that I tell this story to people all the time. There was this job that I was supposed to do. Direct booked it. You know how they never send wardrobe before the job? They never do. They never
give you
do.
wardrobe the day before.
But one time they sent what the wardrobe was, and I said,
"You said absolutely no. It was bad. It was that bad.
You know what it is.
I do.
I'm gonna show you later.
I want to see because
I'm gonna show you later.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly
it
what
was
I'm talking
that
about.
bad.
It was that bad, and I literally told my agent to tell them I have COVID. I didn't know what else to do because I was like, I don't want to say like, I don't want to sound like well, I'm not doing this because of the wardrobe. So I was like, I have COVID because I don't want to do that. And then they wanted you to pose on the carpet with the artist in the outfits. On the Grammys.
No.
Amari, no.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's
I draw
wild.
the line.
Like
I
jaw
draw
to the
line.
floor.
Imagine me posting that and y'all being like, oh wow.
I've been like, work, sis.
Work, sis.
Like you did that?
Go off.
But COVID is no joke on a job because I got COVID when I did Super Bowl.
Stop it.
Yeah. And I didn't know I had it.
No.
And it was the first week of rehearsal and I literally thought I was going to die.
Oh my God.
Not because of the COVID, but because I was so sad that I got COVID. No, literally, I just got
depression.
No, literally, like I don't think I've cried so much in my life.
Oh my God.
I had gotten back from Australia with Nas, and we literally were going straight into Super Bowl rehearsal.
Stop.
And we were all together, had no symptoms. Bitch, I was gagging, so excited to do Super Bowl. Show up, and I'm sitting in the waiting room like this. With the testing, and all of a sudden, it's all my friends are leaving, and I'm by myself, and I'm like. Then I hear ruffling and rustling over there with the little COVID people.
I don't like that.
She came over. She said, "So we're gonna have to have you go home." And I said, "What the fuck do you mean?"
Stop.
She said, "Yeah. So you tested positive."
Fuck.
And I
you were
said,
in Australia though. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I had no idea. So that was really rough. But she was like, "At least you'll be cleared for the show, whatever." And
Yeah.
I got in the car and literally cried for an hour before I drove home.
No, that's
Called
fine.
my mom and my agent, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
At least you were in
supposed to
LA
do?
though. You know what I mean? At least you weren't like somewhere else and had to just sit in a hotel room by yourself.
Because I've
had friends that happened to them on a job, like they're somewhere else and they just sit in the hotel room for 7 days.
Oh, gag them.
No gag.
And then I didn't believe them, so I drove to get a different COVID test somewhere else. I was like, these bitches are lying.
Get a second opinion.
These bitches are lying.
They just don't want me to shine for real. That's it.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. But yeah, I mean,
Okay, cute.
It's a
Well,
good
we made
excuse
it.
though.
And you still killed.
Thank
Shout
you.
out. That was Rihanna, right?
Yes.
Shout out.
Shout out my girl Riri.
All right, now we got a segment called Ask Dexter where Amari's going to ask me. Oh my God, when people pull out their phone, I get so nervous. He's going to ask me some questions and I have to tell him the truth.
Yeah, the way I'm so excited right now.
Oh God, I'm not.
The tables have turned.
The tables have.
Time for me to gag. Okay, let's see. I feel like mine aren't. Okay, maybe. Okay. Here's the first one. You ready?
I'm ready.
What is a combo
Okay.
that Let me change it up because I have something crazy on here and I don't want to get shaded. No. What is a combo that you would erase out of your entire catalog?
Anything from 2020 from
anything.
on. Anything. No.
Anything.
Everything from 2020 before then.
Oh.
Everything
Wait,
from 2020
what?
before then. Amari,
Really?
when I watch some of those videos, the cringe that goes through my body. And you know what? It may be not even be the combo, but it may be the way I did it, or just
fair.
like the confidence that I was exuding that I wasn't exuding in the body.
Yeah,
like there's
or
a lot
you
of
like
confidence
did it with somebody
here.
and they messed up.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
But shout out to those girls.
There's a lot of that. But you know what? It's like you have to have those
Yeah.
to get to the good shit. Like that's real
Absolutely.
shit. Like anybody who wants to choreograph and you're like, I want to choreograph, but I don't want to put out anything that's bad, you have to.
No,
that's
you
the first
have
part.
to. There's no like other way. If you look at yourself from like say even 2 years ago and you don't see any growth,
crazy.
then there's something's
crazy
wrong.
work. Yeah.
And like if you're not like reinventing yourself and like creating new like vibes or steps or like something to give people, then girl,
What are you out here doing for real?
why are we here?
Yeah. So that's for me. Yeah. And it's probably too because like a lot of my combos are in my mood at the time. So like even when I watch them, I'm like, I can't remember why I was feeling like that. I can remember why I did that, but I'm not there anymore. So like I'm kind of like disconnected to it. But when I hear people say like, oh, I love this, I love that, I love that one, I'm like, oh damn, all right. Well then it was like, you know, we did a little something.
The combos eat, babe. Like the combos eat.
And you know how it is though. We're so hard. I'm my worst critic. No. Even last time I was dancing at my class, that I was, if audibly in my head, I was like, you fucking suck.
Never.
It's just like crazy, you know? How we are.
No, but I get that.
Yeah.
Do I ask you one more?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's may get a little sentimental.
Ooh.
And I don't know like if you've ever been asked this, like
I'm nervous.
on this. But what is one thing you would tell young Dexter if you were standing face to face?
Yeah. What would I say? I would say it's gonna be hard. I would say you're gonna go through a lot. I would say you're gonna be disliked, you're gonna be liked, you're gonna be loved, you're gonna be hated, you're gonna go through all of it, like everything you're scared of. Because at the time when I'm an only child, so like I don't have brothers and sisters to kind of like lean on and like ask questions or like figure things out. And I'll be honest too, I'm not I don't really have a lot of friends like in the industry as far as like my peers go, like the higher ups in the industry. Like we don't like go to lunch or we don't go to dinner like that. And not even on purpose. It's just kind of like how I am. I move by myself really.
Yeah.
And a lot of my career has been, I've been great with artist stuff and all that stuff, but like I focused on like making myself a brand. Like I didn't want to be like, oh, this is this person's choreographer. I just want to be Dexter Carr.
Hello.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the most important.
So I feel like I would tell him it's worth it after all of that. Like after all of that, and you're gonna go through the shits, babe. Like you're gonna go through all of it. You're gonna be on Broadway and then you're gonna get told like you're whack for being on Broadway because you don't really dance for real. Or you're gonna be in these rehearsals with these people who are all amazing and you're still gonna be told you're whack because the artist doesn't like any of y'all, even though you're in the room with the best dancers in the world. Like, you know what I mean? You're gonna go through the shits, but like it's all worth it. Like it really is all
good
worth
right
it.
there.
Thank
It's
you.
all worth it. Oh, you ate that one. Yeah, no. Cool.
Okay, now we have a segment called Slay or Nay, where I ask Amari some rapid fire questions and he tells me, is it a slay or is it nay? Butch Queens.
Why is that?
It's the first one.
I'm gonna say the Butch Queens are a slay, baby.
Am I a Butch Queen?
Part of me wants to say yes.
It's like half and half, right?
Yeah, because like, I mean, sometimes though you be giving so trady, girl.
It's crazy.
But then like you also
have a bust down middle part. Yeah.
Hello. I'm like, but you also give the girls the gag.
So I don't know. Okay, cute.
But Butch Queens are definitely a.
We love Butch Queen. I love a Butch Queen.
I
think it's so
Butch
fly.
Queen.
I think it's so fly.
Like
you're comfortable in your sexuality, but also you're cool with like moving through spaces like in a masculine. I'm not mad at that.
No,
like,
I'm not mad at that. I love a Butch Queen.
Me too. Period.
Yeah.
Vegetarian food.
No.
You can't do it.
Nay, girl. Nay. Call me a horse. Nay,
Definitely
girl.
not.
No. But no offense.
Yeah,
to
no offense to the
vegetarians out there. Shout out y'all. But
you're not doing it.
It just can't be me.
What if somebody wanted to take you on a date to a vegetarian spot? Would you go and just like
rain check? No, I'm playing. But no, I would go. I'm always down to like try
new experiences.
Yeah, but But if I don't like it, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
and I'm not gonna fake it for you either.
No.
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 Like I'm not gonna pretend that I'm loving
nothing.
this. No.
You have to show your authentic self
From day
always.
one.
Yeah.
Loud music in the car.
Yes,
Like
slay,
booming that shit.
slay,
Oh
girl.
my
I want to blow a speaker.
Baby,
No
I want to hear
shade.
that, like that rattle for real.
And one of my friends doesn't like loud music in the car, and so when he gets in the car, I'm always like,
it literally makes me
turn it down.
angry. Like I have a friend like that too. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, and then he gets in the car, and I'll be like, because
Yeah.
I pull up with the windows down, music bumping, and then he gets in the car and he like looks at me and I'm
Like he over it. Like why are you mad?
Whatever, fine.
I'm
but
obsessed.
you know, I love it. I think it's a slay.
Straight boys with their nails done.
Live.
Yeah, right.
I slay.
I think it's
like,
so fire.
Yes, like why here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why we have to put a gender on things.
And a sexuality on everything. Like
No,
let people just do what they want to do.
Girl,
Please.
like please. Express yourself how you want to express yourself.
Yeah.
Like just because you want to sit over here and wear, the basic like white tee with a jean and like
some dirty sneakers.
some dirty ass sneakers, like
And that makes you a man.
and it makes you a man, and like go to the gym and like
Yeah.
be a bro.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
don't get me wrong, shout out to the bros.
We do
like,
love the bros.
you have to like I love and respect everybody for
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
are, but like also like, okay, so then you're that's your version of
Right,
straight,
right.
But then there's somebody who gets their nails done and takes care of their skin and
that's the same exact thing. Literally.
yeah, no, I think straight
that
guys with
too.
their nails done is a slay. Like
I also think straight boys in crop tops at the gym are
I live
A1.
because also like
A1.
girl, you want to see your body, girl. Me
A1.
too. You
A1.
work for it. Yeah, no, definitely.
Do you go to the gym? Are you like a gym person? Amari, please don't ever look at me.
I'm sorry, but no.
So you're just snatched naturally? Lucky for you. Oh
Well,
my
here's
God.
the thing is I've been wanting to get into the gym a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also have really bad like social anxiety.
Oh, okay.
And so like those gym bros
walking around the gym trying to figure out what to do. Like
yeah, and
it
then like if I'm
terrifies
doing
you.
something, I feel like people are looking at me like he's doing
No.
that wrong.
But honestly, I'm gonna tell you what, they could care less.
I was about to say, but I've been in the mode lately where I'm like,
Niggas don't give a
everyone's
fuck,
so
bro.
obsessed with themselves. Like,
everyone is like glued on themselves.
yeah, which
Trust
is
me.
fine. Like, live your life.
Yeah.
But like for me, thankfully, I've just had good
Naturally
genetics.
snatched. Shout out to mom and dad. for
Shout out
real.
to mom and dad, and yeah.
Being flued out. Like, if you ever got a DM that was like, "Yo, I'm trying to take you here. Are you gonna go?" Amari.
Am I? No,
No.
I've never had that happen to me.
Have you? Would you do it?
Well, it depends. It depends on the scenario.
Right.
Wait, does this mean like flew out to like
Wherever, like
go on a date or like hook up, like
Yeah, well,
or
like,
that type
I
of
just want to spend
vibe?
time with you. Like, I want to fly you out to New York for the weekend and like,
Ooh.
look at you.
Ooh, just saying. Ooh.
It don't got to be none of that. It don't got to be none of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to like hang out, go to dinner.
dinner. I want to walk you around, maybe buy you a thing or two. Okay, so you're excited.
Yes, the answer is yes. I
Fly
would
him out.
Fly me out,
Fly him
but
out.
but to like that.
Yeah.
Like walk around,
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
dinner. Like
yeah.
don't fly me out to try and get a piece because you're not.
You're not.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not.
I'm not that easy.
Ew. Teachers that make up the combo on the spot.
I think it's a slay because I've done it.
Oh, you've done it at one of your classes
At
for
my
real?
home studio, yeah.
Oh, bitch, you're brave for
Well,
real.
okay. Not if you're like, okay, the reason I've done it at my home studio is because it's like the kids.
And it's like,
the kids
you
that I
know
know.
them.
It's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
studio.
yeah.
And sometimes that's good. Like, I think there's a very good balance of like, sometimes it's nice.
Well, you
like,
have to sometimes. Hello?
Well, it's also cool to like give people that experience. Like, I've been in classes where like, you know what, I'm going to make it up on the spot today because I want you to see my creative process. Like, I think that vibe is cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I guess you could, I don't know, but sometimes like it's not. Like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do understand what you mean in that scenario because you are going to be in a rehearsal where the choreographer is literally creating on the spot. So you should be able to follow as well.
Yes.
But at the same time, too, like if I'm in a master class.
Yeah, if
and
it's
you're
a master
making
class,
this
girl,
up
you better
on
come
us.
with the combo set ready
There
to
was
go.
a flyer 2 weeks ago. You don't have no combo, but you had a flyer?
What type of shit is that?
Giving out fake names at the club.
I do it all the time.
All the time.
I think it's a slay.
My name is Zach.
Girl, I've been Jacob from Houston. I've been
Ooh, I like that you added a location. Do I need a location?
Yeah, no, you
because
have
I need
to.
a location.
Because they're always like, what's your name? And then like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, Jacob,
Okay.
I'm from Houston. Or I'll be like, I've said like,
What'd you say?
I've said like, oh yeah, I'm DeAndre.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ethnic.
like, you know, you have to add a little something sometimes.
Cultural.
But yeah, no, always, yes.
Yeah.
Fake names and fake numbers.
Hey, yo.
I don't know you.
Hey, yo.
You think I'm gonna give you my number?
Hey, yo.
Crash out.
I hate when they ask for the Instagram.
That's happened to me and it's been very awkward.
It's just because then we have to do this whole thing and
'Cause
then
then
you
they're
go, and then I go,
Because it's like, if I think you're cute, right, and we're
Yeah,
talking,
let's
let's
this.
talk. And
Let's
then they're
just
like,
do
what's your Instagram? And I'm like,
then
and
it's
they're
a-
like, no, give it to me. And I'm like, so I give them my
Yeah.
Instagram. Well, I'm not following you back, number one.
No.
But two, I give them my Instagram and they're like, oh, wait. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. And that's where this conversation
This is where it ends. I know.
Unfortunately.
I literally sometimes be like, I want to say like, don't make me. Like, don't make
Please,
me give it
please,
to you, please.
I don't want it, please.
I don't want to goose. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Skinny jeans. Ooh.
way.
Amari has loved the skinny jeans since I've known you.
A skinny jean. Well, because like,
What do you feel about the hate for skinny jeans?
bitches is whack for that.
Just
Don't hate on.
haters.
Don't be a hater.
Because
Like,
the girls like to hug their legs.
I like to show off my legs. Like
Period.
I have nice legs. I have a nice
tall too. Yeah, that
tall,
makes
like
sense.
long legs. You know, I like to throw the cake out there sometimes. So you know, like I just like to I like to show off my body,
Yeah.
and like that's why when you see me out, majority of the time I have a skinny jean on,
Yeah.
and a little crop, or
Period.
like something that I have a good body and I want to show it while I can.
And while I can, hello.
You know what I mean? So I think skinny jeans are a slay.
Period.
And if you're a hater, then you're a hater.
You're a hater. Thank you, Amari. Great job.
Thank
killed
you.
it.
So fun.
Tell us where we can find you. Tell the girls where we can see
You can find me on Instagram at Amari422. You can also find me on TikTok at Amari422_. And YouTube Amari Smith.
Period. And you can find him on stage.
You can
okay? Because
you
the
can find
baby be
me
on a stage. All
around
right.
the world.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
You could bet that, never gotta sweat that. You could bet that, never gotta sweat that.